welcome to the night after Clash of the Champions. This is episode 17 of 3 Ropes. What is the fallout going to be from our first ever pay-per-view? Let's look back at what happened last night as Chris Jericho took on Kenny Omega in a fight to become the first ever Universal Champion. Omega with the one-winged angel on Jericho, and Jericho kicked out. And it was after that that Jericho started throwing everything he had at Omega. Suicide dive, walls of Jericho, even a code breaker, and Omega still withstood. But it was that reversal there that allowed Jericho to finally hit a second code breaker, reversing a one-winged angel, and that proved decisive. He used every trick in the book to get there, but he has become the first ever Universal Champion. Let's hear what Jericho has to say as he starts tonight's show. Last night may have been the greatest victory of my career. I beat Kenny Omega, and in doing so proved that I am the alpha of professional wrestling. But what it also proved is that the 3 Ropes universe is full of mindless, sycophantic, stupid idiots. And if you need proof, then shut your mouths for a second and watch this. And Jericho showing action from his match against Omega at the pay-per-view, and you can see what he wants highlighted, those Jericho sucks chants. And just a moment later, the "you still got it" chants. He seems to take offense at both. That was pathetic. Let's be clear. I don't care what you chant. I only associate with champions like myself, and that is why tonight I'll proudly team with your new Intercontinental Champion Adam Cole, and with the future tag champions, the Undisputed Era. And you will all have the great honour of watching Chris Jericho pin Kenny Omega for the second night in a row. That's right, it's 4-on-4 tag team action coming up in our main event. Chris Jericho promises to pin Omega for the second night in a row. Well, the only championships that weren't decided at the pay-per-view last night are the tag team championships. That's because they will be decided at our next pay-per-view, Extreme Rules, and thus we need to begin tournament matches. Our first match, the Usos against the Club. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows. As we've seen thus far in the match, both excellent tag teams, long established tag teams. As Carl Anderson goes up top, misses the elbow drop. And a super kick from Jimmy Uso, who goes up to the Club's corner, and he hits the splash. And the pin. But Carl Anderson manages to kick out. Still early days in this match. Jey Uso now in the ring. Still putting a beat down on Carl Anderson. Luke Gallows still not even in the corner for a tag. And Jey Uso misses with the splash. This could give the Club what they need to get back into this. Especially if Jey Uso is going to miss the super kick as well. Oh, but Anderson is reversed this time. And a quick roll up from Jey Uso. On the kick out at 2. That was close. Jimmy Uso had Luke Gallows covered. Once again, Gallows has rolled to the outside. It's Jey Uso. What is he going for here? Putting Carl Anderson on the top rope. It could be a superplex. We're in dangerous territory here. Oh, and he missed it just a moment ago. The splash. Jey Uso. He doesn't miss it this time. And surely the amount of damage Carl Anderson has taken in this match is going to mean that's it. The Usos, they've qualified for the semi-finals of our 3 Ropes Red Tag Team Championship tournament. And look at this bracket. They are going to face either the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, or the Young Bucks in the semi-final. Speaking of which, those 2 teams, they will be on the same side tonight. They will be taking on Chris Jericho and the Undisputed Era. 4-on-4 tag action in our main event. And this is the first time we've seen Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi team up. And Kota Ibushi still looking for revenge on Adam Cole. He was beaten up in the weeks coming up to the pay-per-view, and that proved decisive. As Cole walked away with the Intercontinental Championship. And look at this is exciting. The Young Bucks, the first time we're ever seeing them on 3 ropes. There you go, speak of the new Intercontinental Champion, there he is. He'll be fighting alongside another champion, Chris Jericho, the Universal Champion, as cocky as ever. And it's Kenny Omega and Bobby Fish to start. What a running knee from Omega. He's completely knocked out Bobby Fish by the looks of it. Well, Omega, he obviously wanted to walk away last night with the Universal Championship. It didn't happen, and he has come out. All guns blazing so far. As we said, it's going to be the Golden Lovers against the Young Bucks next week. So it's going to be fascinating to see. Or as we get a roll-up. Just the 1 count from Matt Jackson. It's going to be fascinating to see how these 2 teams operate. Will they stay on the same page, knowing that next week they'll be waging war on each other in the hopes of getting through to the semi-finals of the Tag Team Championship tournament. Undisputed Era, they'll be in a championship match. Not next week, but in the weeks following. So they're going to want to try and build some momentum going into that. Kyle O'Reilly, dangerous with those kicks. As Jericho enjoying himself on the outside. And in fact, Jericho is tagged in from Cole. And Jericho tags out straight away to Bobby Fish, who tags in Kyle O'Reilly. Well, I don't think you could collect together a more cocky collection of wrestlers than the Undisputed Era and Chris Jericho. And, well, they just spent about a minute there tagging each other in before Kyle O'Reilly, again, the man who started off in the ring, came back in to continue a beatdown on Matt Jackson. As we said, in week 1, episode 1 in fact, of 3 ropes, that saw Adam Cole and Kota Ibushi both qualify for the Intercontinental Championship match. But of course, Adam Cole, after Ibushi had qualified, put a huge beatdown on him, which meant Ibushi walked into that pay-per-view match, that title match, already with red body damage. And here comes Ibushi. And now, there you go, Ibushi and the Young Bucks, perhaps mimicking what the Undisputed Era and Jericho were doing just a moment ago. Once again, Hard knee. And again from Kyle O'Reilly. He is a dangerous, dangerous wrestler to be in the ring with. And now it is the Intercontinental Champion Adam Cole. He had to fight against not only Kota Ibushi in that match, also Andrade Cien Almas and Tommaso Ciampa. That was an elimination match. Adam Cole proving to be the last man standing. And just cutting off the hot tag for Nick Jackson. Just trying to crawl across the ring. Nick Jackson. He holds on into a pinfall on the first 2 count of the match. But Adam Cole, oh, he's actually lining up a signature here. This is the move with which he pinned Kota Ibushi last night. Usually the setup for the running knee finisher. And he connects. Well, this might be a bit of a shock if he manages to finish the match this early on. Matt Jackson, he has his brother's back. Nick Jackson, he's gonna want to tag out. Already orange head damage after being hit with that running knee. And as that pinfall attempt proved, it's going to be tricky to win this match. So many people at ringside waiting just to run in, break up a pinfall attempt. So even if the competitors are able to hit signatures, finishes, it's going to take something. Teamwork could be the key in this one. Oh, Nick Jackson managing to connect with Adam Cole, but taking a bit of damage himself. He's perhaps going to want to tag his way out, but no, he's looking for the double team in the corner. Oh, but Adam Cole reverses. But Nick Jackson right back at him. And here we go. We're going to see the first Young Bucks double team move. And appropriately enough, it's a super kick party, the double super kicks. And the spear. Oh, it looked like Kyle O'Reilly had got the hot tag from Adam Cole, and Matt Jackson just tore across the ring at him and hit him with a spear. Go for another double team, the Young Bucks. They're really proving while they're considered one of the best tag teams in the world. Nick Jackson sets up Matt Jackson for the sliced bread. In fact, look at the positions on the turnbuckles. This is going to be a double team between Nick Jackson and Kota Ibushi. Oh, it's going to be more bang for your buck. The signature Young Bucks move. Well, if you're in any doubt whether the Young Bucks and the Golden Lovers are on the same page, just look at that. That's incredible. Two of the most athletic, quick wrestlers in the world. Nick Jackson and Kota Ibushi teaming up. And now the Golden Lovers teaming. You have to say, the Undisputed Era and Chris Jericho, they have not got into this one, not able to show the kind of performances we saw last night. And now it's Nick Jackson and Kenny Omega, the double elbow. And Kyle O'Reilly has suffered a series of double team moves. Orange body damage now. As Nick Jackson, oh, he's walking over to the enemy's corner, walking the ropes and the arm drag. Rubbing salt in the wound. And here we go, the sharpshooter in the corner of the Young Bucks and the Golden Lovers. Kyle O'Reilly nowhere to go, but his legs perhaps strong enough to break out of that hold. Look at that red body damage from Kyle O'Reilly. He's going to need to tag out. The pop-up super kick from Nick Jackson. What a move. And he rolls O'Reilly over. Surely someone's going to have to break this up. Oh no! Oh, and he kicks out. Ibushi actually intercepted Adam Cole. But Kyle O'Reilly somehow managed to kick out at 2. And is this the moment that Kyle O'Reilly's finally going to be able to tag out? The brainbuster. That signature move. Is he going to tag out or is he going to use his finisher? Oh, and he's opted to tag out. That's perhaps the safe move. Didn't want to risk going for the finisher and having it reversed. As in comes his tag partner, Bobby Fish. We talked about the damage that Kyle O'Reilly's taken. Nick Jackson suddenly red head damage, orange body damage. He does not look well at all. It's Kyle O'Reilly. He must have barely had a moment to catch his breath. He's back in again. You have to wonder why we've seen so little from Chris Jericho, the Universal Champion, in this match. He said he was going to pin Kenny Omega for the second night in a row, but he's not even been involved in this match at all. There's now Nick Jackson. Kenny Omega going to prepare another double team move. It looks like it's going to be the Meltzer driver. And surely this is it. Kenny Omega, he's turned his attention. Kyle O'Reilly was down. I think he was there for the taking, but Omega, perhaps all too aware that Jericho hadn't stepped foot in the ring, with a cheap shot taking him off the apron. Oh, and that's allowed Kyle O'Reilly somehow find the energy to kick out at 2. On the V trigger. God, the red head and body damage for Kyle O'Reilly. How long has he had that finisher? How long has he been unable to even have a chance to hit it? Oh, and this does not look good for O'Reilly. The one-winged angel. Oh, and straight into the cover. And this is going to be over. O'Reilly kicks out. O'Reilly putting on a hell of a performance in this main event. I honestly do not know how he is just kicked out of the one-winged angel. And now actually has the upper hand on Omega. And groggily goes back to his corner and I think wisely tags back in Bobby Fish. Omega right back at him. Oh, and he goes for Jericho again. On things between Jericho and Omega far from over, it seems. I mean, Jericho provoking Omega, you've got to say, with that opening promo saying he was gonna pin Omega for the second night in a row, and then almost refusing or reluctant to actually get into the match. Omega's having to resort to taking on Jericho on the outside, and then tried to take on absolutely all of the Undisputed Era, and perhaps not the wisest move. Almost became a 4-on-1 attack for a second. He tried to take them all on. A brave effort, but he's now looks like he's going to be dragged back in the ring by Jericho. Kyle O'Reilly from behind throwing Omega back in the ring. I think Bobby Fish is the legal man. There we go, with a kick to the stomach of Omega. Sets up in the corner but misses. Oh, and a quick roll up from Omega. Looking down at the icons, O'Reilly, that is now dark. Body damage. I wonder if that's going to come into play. Is that going to affect him by the time he actually has a qualifying match in the Tag Team Championship tournament? Same could be said of Nick Jackson, the red head damage. Knowing that the Young Bucks are going to have to face the Golden Lovers in next week's main event. Omega, he's got another signature. We're going to see it again. The Ripcord V-Trigger. And stalking Bobby Fish now. We saw it once before on Kyle O'Reilly. We're going to see it again. The One-Winged Angel. And the pin. Matt Jackson in. And it's the victory. Matt Jackson actually blocking off Jericho. Jericho finally decided he wanted in on this match and it was too late. Jericho not following through on his promise to pin Omega. Far from it. He barely even got in this match. And I think that must have been mind games. Not letting Omega, trying not to let Omega get any revenge. But of course Omega was provoked into just knocking him off the apron and brawling with him at ringside anyway. Look at that pop-up super kick. That was a fantastic move. And there we have it. The four men celebrating at the end of tonight's episode. We saw how well they teamed up with each other, combining to hit more bang for your buck, the Meltzer driver. And next week, they go head to head. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Three Ropes. We'll have all the fallout from Clash of the Champions on Three Ropes Blue.